Hey, my Nova Bites, time travelers Nova and Rats here, and welcome to Starry Flowers, a game about a visual novel and dating. Let's start. Hello, and welcome to the deliciously romantic tale of my first love. There's just one thing before we begin. I can grant you the power to choose my accessories at various points in the story. I'm being very gracious to offer such a thing, you know. If you use it, you had better make me look as adorable as possible. This little feature has no effect on the story otherwise. It's simply for your entertainment, should you wish for it. Would you like to enable the dress-up feature? Sure. Then without further ado, let's get ready for my first date with Pastel. Right? Earrings, dark earrings, white ribbons, blue ribbons, flower crown, royal crown, cat ears, bunny halo, demon horns, pride headband, sweets. What's this one? Oh, chokers. What about this one? Glasses. I actually do wear glasses, though I wish I had contact lenses. Stylish, the blues. Wait, what's gay thoughts? Okay. Body pillow. I think I'm gonna go with maybe. Okay, there we go. Maybe a halo and fairy wings. There you go. My angelic wearing halo with a body pillow. Chapter 1, First Date. Today I met a boy at the candy shop. The moment I saw him, I just knew I couldn't leave without flirting a little. He was so delightfully flustered, which, of course, only made him that much cuter. When I told him to meet me here, he could only manage to nod in response. So cute. My favorite type to pursue. Ah, there he is now. Hey, I hope I didn't keep you waiting too long. Pastel, look at you. And here I thought you looked plenty good in that uniform. My heart was unprepared. Sorry, is it too much? I can change. But I haven't even fully seen what's under that cloak of yours. It'd be such a waste to change prematurely. Ah, right. Forget it then. Besides, it'll be my pleasure to unwrap you later on, my sweet. Now, shall we head to dinner? Okay, lead the way. I truly didn't expect it. He definitely seemed the type to have a more modest sense of style. Thigh highs with such a short skirt. Or was it a dress? I only briefly glimpsed it. I'm looking quite forward to seeing more tonight. The restaurant I decided on is one in my usual rotation. Good for a quiet, comfortable evening. For a variety of dates, you must have a variety of locations in mind. Tonight's mood is romantic rendezvous. It's a little high-end, though. Not overtly so. Just enough to make the night feel special. Pastel slides into the booth, following Periwinkle's lead. One hand holds his mantle in place, while the other brushes his bangs aside anxiously. Is this your first time? Huh? Coming here, I mean. What do you think I was asking? Ah, no, nothing. I've never been here before. It seems fancy. I'm a fan of the atmosphere. The food isn't bad either. Now, let's get a few formalities out of the way, shall we? First and foremost, your pronouns? Oh, I just use he, him. What about you? The same, though I don't necessarily mind being called by others, especially considering my presentation. Understandable. Next, expectations. I consider clarity in this regard to be a key part of ensuring we both enjoy ourselves to the fullest. I do this sort of thing often, you see. As such, I have a couple of ground rules to establish. Sure, I'm actually glad you brought it up. Oh? I'm not looking for anything serious. In fact, I kinda prefer when it's just a one night thing. Huh. We're on the very same page then. Not that I mind if, we end up wanting to do this again some other time. That's quite likely for me in this case. I saw you drooling there. Certainly. I'm open to that as well. Do you have any other ground rules? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Are you nervous? Yes. You can tell me to stop if you're ever feeling too overwhelmed. That's the other rule. Huh? I like feeling overwhelmed to an extent. I had assumed as much. But to hear you admit it outright, pastel. In that case, I'll do my best to overwhelm you, my sweet. Yes, this was shaping up to be a wonderful night indeed. The waiter came to take our order. I went first, to give my sweet date a chance to compose himself. With our food ordered, Pastel finally drops his mantle to reveal... Oh. That's nice. My. So it was a cute little dress after all. Oh, and here I thought you were saving the surprise for after dinner. Sorry, I started feeling awkward with the extra layer. Don't apologize. My only lament is not getting to take it off of you myself. You'll save the last few layers for me, won't you? That's all that matters then. I'm having the time of my life, and by the looks of it, so is Pastel. And with my body pillow and fairy wings, along with my halo, I live to tease cute witch boys. How fortunate I came across the sweetest one today. Our food arrives before Pastel is able to recover. He can't even look the waiter in the eye. How adorable. No, I mustn't overindulge before we even eaten our meal. There will be plenty of time after dessert. Pastel takes a few bites of his food before speaking up. So, Periwinkle, what do you do for a living? Besides tease you until you're barely able to speak? Yes, besides that. My line of work, then, I suppose I can tell you. I'm an arrow magician. I specialize in creating pleasant scents. Periwinkle tugs his wand out from his sleeve and lightly taps the candle on the table. In a small burst, the atmosphere shifts around the pair. The candle's original aroma is quickly forgotten and is replaced by something new and cozier. Oh, that is nice. smell is that? I'm no good at pinpointing stuff like this. Vanilla. I thought it suited you, although I'm starting to think of a more lustful scent might have been a better fit. What does that even mean? Just that you've done nothing but exceed my expectations. I'm not doing anything. Pastel retreats behind his glass of water, overwhelmed by embarrassment once again. I did say I'd go a little easier on him, didn't I? He's just too irresistible. Anywho, I bottle and sell scents like this one. It's fairly lucrative work once you build a reputation for yourself. Ah, sounds fulfilling. What about you, Pastel? What kind of magic do you specialize in? Oh, I had mostly been living without magic until recently. Without magic? I can't imagine. It's not so bad. I mean, humans do it, so why not? I suppose that's true. I very directly I very directly make a living off of mine, so I'd find myself in quite a bind if I wasn't able to use it. Not that I mind being bound from time to time, you know. How do you keep doing that? Every time I think we're talking about something innocent. I can't. I just can't help myself, can I? Deliberate word choice, my sweet. Would you like me to hold back a little more? No, it's okay. I was just kind of impressed. We finished up our meals and decide on sharing a slice of strawberry cheesecake for dessert. I do like strawberry cheesecake. Pastel deliberately leaves the larger bits of strawberries for me, best parts. I wonder, is it because he doesn't like them? Or is he just that kind? Either way, this has quickly become my most favorite date of the past few months. Tell me more about yourself, Pastel. I'm afraid the only thing I know is that you work at the renowned Atelier Suites. Oh, there is not much else to know. Surely there's plenty more than just that. Any hobbies, perhaps? Cleaning, maybe? Any non-work related hobbies, dear? Sorry, I never knew how to answer these types of questions. My best friend is an alchemist, so I've recently been going on little adventures to help gather ingredients for her craft. Now there's something interesting. Other than that, I honestly don't get out much. I have my hands full running the store. You and me both, Pastel. So diligent. Does that mean this is your first night out in a while? Ah, yeah, I guess it is. I'm honored you were willing to share it with me then. Yeah, I don't think I'd ever would have tried this place if you haven't brought me in. So, it's been worth it so far. Thanks, Periwinkle. The table had long been cleared, and yet our conversation continued through the night. This place is never too busy, which always leaves me free to linger here without the guilt of taking up any much-needed table space. The longer the date, the more satisfying the finale. That's something I live by. Rushing straight to the climax inevitably gets a bit dull after a while. I want to enjoy this night to the fullest. Pastel, did you see the witch at that table over there? Huh? Don't be too obvious now. The one with the tall hat. You see? Ah, yeah, I see them. I brought them here about 2 weeks ago. I guess they agree that it made a nice date spot. I actually... The guy sitting across from them, I'm pretty sure I've been with him before. No, surely you're joking, Pastel. Shh, shh, don't say my name so loudly. Just keep your head low. I'm sure he won't notice. Oh, he just looked this way. Uh, only kidding. Perry. Ooh, a nickname already. We're moving so fast. You're the one who's been calling me my sweet all night. Well, you are, aren't you? Whose fault is it that you share a name with Candy? Not mine. Still, do you think those two make a good couple? How should I know? Just imagine the kind of person I'd go on a date with and pair them with the other. And what kind of person is that? You, for one. Maybe they wouldn't be so good together. My, am I supposed to take offense to that? Nah, this guy was kind of pushy. Uh-huh. You're too much, Pastel. We eventually made our way out of the restaurant that night. It had gotten quite late already. When's the last time I stayed until closing? There was never a moment of awkward silence between us, only Pastel's embarrassing pauses, clear attempts to steer his mind away from debauchery. As we wander back into the night's air, he's the first to speak up again. You could have at least let me cover the tip. Nonsense. I'm the one who asked you out tonight. You don't have to cover a thing. In fact, I prefer if you didn't cover. Okay, I saw that one coming this time. You don't have to say it. Too easy, huh? But really, it's a shame to hide such a cute outfit from the world. I don't have the confidence. Ah, reminds me of my youth. You'll get there, my sweet. One day, you'll be able to toss aside any feelings of inadequacy and wear all sorts of darling outfits with pride. No, it's not a matter of self-esteem or anything. It's just, if anyone I knew saw me in this, I would die. So that's how it is, huh? I'm being treated to a more intimate side of this witch boy right now. We walk together under the streetlights until we reach our original meeting place. Would you like me to escort you home? No, that's okay. Then, if you don't mind, my place is just down the street. Perhaps you'd like to accompany me? Yes, I wouldn't want you to have to walk alone in the dark. Such a gentleman. Aww. Periwinkle expertly slides his hand up and under Pastel's mantle, linking arms as they go along. They walk in comfortable silence towards Periwinkle's house. Well, this is me. I had the most lovely evening. Thank you for accompanying me to dinner tonight. I had fun too. Thanks for inviting me out. Pastel fidgets as if he has something to ask, but can't find the words. Pastel. Periwinkle takes a step closer. Yes? He leans in, pausing for any sort of reaction. Aww. Only for Pastel's lips to come clumsily crashing forward. He's in more of a rush than I thought. Then again, I did spend all night winding him up. So cute. Ah, Pastel, I just remembered. Since we're here, would you like to come in and sample some of my magic? I like that, yes. Very well then. We both knew from the beginning that he would be staying the night, of course. It's just so much more fun drawing it out like this. But if that kiss is any indication of things to come, I may have gotten a little overboard tonight. If so, we're in for quite a sleepover. Sorry about the mess. I just haven't found the time to tidy up. The door closes loudly behind them. When Pastel doesn't respond, Periwinkle turns back to face him. Ooh. Impressive outfit. Pastel's back is against the door as he fumbles to untie his mantle. He's completely run out of patience, hasn't he? Then I'm afraid I simply have no choice but to indulge him. Hopefully this doesn't get too spicy. I hope I don't have to censor anything. I shouldn't have kept you waiting a second longer now, should I? The artwork is amazing. But I still need to change it to something a little easier to take off. Looking this good comes at a price, you see. I promise I won't keep you waiting. Okay. Periwinkle gives him another peck on the lips, and leads him through the cluttered living room to his bedroom door. Chapter 2. Conjured Fragrance. It took me ages to get out of bed that morning. After all, I couldn't stop thinking about how absolutely adorable Pastel was. He scrambled out of here almost as soon as he woke up, saying he couldn't be late for work. Such a shame. Would have been nice to get one last round in. I did get a kiss goodbye, though. It's nice to feel like a housewife for a moment. But I should get to work, too. I like how his hair is. I have an order to fill, don't I? Periwinkle finally rolls out of bed and gets ready for the day. The order in question is for a nearby apothecary. Or apothecary? I'm not sure about that word. Did you know arrow magic like mine is actually quite good for you? It's got nothing on actual healing magic, but the calming atmosphere it creates does wonders for one's mood. This particular batch is meant to help with insomnia. Which is ironic, considering how late I stayed up with Pastel. Whoops. Can't be getting distracted now. I really need to finish up these last few bottles. Periwinkle closes his eyes and draws his wand. Large drops form at its tip, falling into the empty bottle one by one. With each drop, the bottle's contents swell, and after only the 5th drop, it's completely filled. Perfect. It's so much easier to finish these with a clear mind. I can't help if it's a refreshing night. I can't help it if a refreshing night out is the only way to regain my focus. Although I probably could have gotten one of these things done last night if Pastel hadn't been so impatient. No. Mustn't let my mind wander too far from work for now. Periwinkle fills the remaining bottles, screwing the lids on as he goes. There. Now my house is going to smell like lavender. I better head out before I'm lulled to sleep by my own magic. Okay, and I can choose again. How about we choose the Pride headband, the rainbow, and then gay thoughts. The apothecary is only a short walk away, but I never managed to walk in its doors on time. Perhaps because it's so close, I always underestimate the time it takes to reach it. I can hear the owner tapping her foot with impatience as soon as I open the door. Astragalus, I have that special order ready for you. You're late again, Periwinkle. Lost track of time. You'll forgive me, won't you? You are literally my only provider who has no respect for appointments. That's simply not true. I never miss a date. There's the problem. You were getting late again, weren't you? How vulgar. I had a romantic evening with a very cute boy, who then ended up sleeping over. Well, you have all week to fill the order. Try getting it done in advance next time. Yes, ma'am. Now, let's see what you brought. I worked with Astragalus for a few years now. She's completely immune to my charms. Shocking to say the least. But it's meant we've been able to remain good friends all this time. Or, let's see. Astragalus, would you consider us to be good friends? I put up with you. My, but you don't put up with anyone. You must really like me. You got a favor to ask or something? Is that what you're getting at? No, I was just thinking of how to categorize our relationship. Business associate works just fine, doesn't it? Come now, surely you consider us to be closer than that. I know better than to get involved with you, Periwinkle. Why? Whatever do you mean? You're too dazzling. I take that as a compliment. Great. Now, will you stop distracting me? I'm trying to count. Yes, we're definitely good friends. Too dazzling, though. I'm not sure there is such a thing. And what would be wrong if there was? What's point is there in not shining as brightly as one can? Astragalus finally finishes counting the bottles, sighing in frayed exacerbation as she marks them off her checklist. You may always be late, but you deliver quality every time. You're consistent, if nothing else. The waiting is part of the fun. It builds excitement, wouldn't you say? Nope, just builds frustration for me. But at least you always come through. She unlocks a small drawer behind the counter and takes out an envelope with Periwinkle's name scribbled on it. Here's the rest of your payment. Don't spend it all in one place. Oh, I couldn't if I tried. Really, you're too generous. Astragalus rolls her eyes and begins stocking the shelves with her new inventory. 2 or 3 orders a month. That's all it takes to support myself entirely through this hypocrisy. Hard to believe my magic is really worth so much, but who am I to complain? It's certainly a more favorable balance compared to the kind of work I was doing years ago. And I do enjoy the freedom, the excessive amounts of time I have for partying, for dates. On that note, with all that business out of the way, would you like to hear about my date? Would I like to? Not necessarily. Please, Astragalus, as someone with no romance in your own life, at least you can do is live vicariously through me. The no romance thing is by choice. I listen to you gush for your own damn sake. For my sake? Yes, I'm afraid you might actually implode if you had no one to talk to about this stuff. I'm actually making a noble sacrifice every day that you come in with the new tales of romantic conquest. Huh. If you're truly suffering, I shall detest. That's such a thing, though. I do like seeing you all worked up over something, even if I don't understand it myself. Ah, so there is a mutual benefit. You'll listen then? Yes, at least until I get all of this put away. After that, I'm kicking you out for the day. Fair enough. I better be brief then. Here's the absolute cutest thing. I picked him up at a candy store yesterday. Fluffy pink hair with golden eyes, naturally rosy cheeks that make him look as if he's always a little embarrassed by something. He's shy, but not the type that becomes paralyzed in the bedroom. Periwinkle, for the last time, I do not need to hear about the bedroom stuff. I wasn't giving any details, although the details are the best part. This is a safe for work zone only. Break that rule and you're out of here. My apologies, I'll refrain. Anyway, my point is, he's extremely cute. Adorable, in fact. Right, so, standard flair for you? Absolutely not. If he was just your average cutie, would I be emphasizing his cuteness so much? I don't meet these people, so it's all the same to me. How could it how can it be? The intensity is so drastically different. Perhaps so intense that I'm having trouble explaining it properly. How say, all you really told me so far is that he's cute and shy. He's kind as well. He saved the best of our dessert for me without even asking. Wow, I would have led with that one. Oh, enough of your sarcasm. When all of my favorite details are off limits, what do you suppose I'm left with? Well, what really matters is that you had a good night. Even if it meant you couldn't get here on time like I asked. Uh, I'm really hoping to see him again, to be honest. Oh yeah? Don't hear that from you very often. Really? But I've gone on second dates all the time. This guy got a name? Uh-huh. I don't kiss and tell. No, actually, you tell me about everyone you kiss. Come on, if he's really the absolute cutest, it's a shame to keep him anonymous, right? Not like I'm going to tell anyone anyways. Fine. His name is Pastel. Huh. Even his name's cute. Right? Oh, that reminds me. He sold me some candies that share his name. Would you like to try? Sure. How could a witch turn down free candy? Periwinkle digs into his bag and pulls out one of the pastels. He hands the candy to Astragalus, who promptly unwraps it and pops it into her mouth. Oh, these are good. Where'd you say this candy shop was? Not far from here. I'll give you directions. Shortly after telling Astragalus where to find Adler's Sweets, she unceremoniously kicked me out. She'd long finished putting all those bottles away after all. With money in my pocket and no more work to be done for the moment, I'm free to begin pursuing my next date. But wherever shall I go? It's a weekday too, early for parties. Too early for parties, too early for drinks. I suppose I could return home and straighten up the place. However, why would I busy myself with chores when I could be celebrating another order successfully filled? Before Periwinkle can decide on where to go, a familiar witch approaches him. Periwinkle? Oh, Cassia. So lovely to see you. Yay, I'm glad I'm so glad we ran into each other. How to describe Cassia? She's exceedingly cuddly. We met at a party one night during which she latched onto my arm and would never let go. Quite endearing. Since then, we gotten on little dates from time to time. She really loves my magic, so I tend to spoil her whenever we're together. Do you need something, dear? Ah, yes. I tried coming over last night, but you didn't seem to be home. Aw, you came to visit me. I'm flattered. I must have been out to dinner at the time. Sorry that I missed you. Oh, it's okay. I was mostly looking to talk. So, if you're available right now, do you want to go to the cafe? That sounds perfect. I would love to. We take our seats at the nearby cafe. It's a pleasant, sunny little place. I come here often with all sorts of other witches. Cassia orders her usual hot chocolate with extra marshmallows, while I decide on a simple rose tea. I like tea as well. Oh, Periwinkle, could you make my marshmallows smell like roses too? With pleasure. Periwinkle's wand drops from his sleeve and he gives Cassia's cup a quick little tap. Yay! It really smells just like roses. Just as you asked, dear. It may slightly affect the taste, so let me know if you like the smell undone. Cassia dips her spoon in and lifts a marshmallow to her lips, blowing on it lightly before popping it into her mouth. No, it's wonderful. She truly can find the joy in any little moment. Such a delight. Definitely a contender for the title of absolute cutest witch, though I would call her absolute cute rather than the absolute cutest. It takes more than cuteness alone to earn the title of absolute cutest witch. That's where the difference lies, of course. But what am I thinking? How rude it is to begin ranking my dates in such a way. I must be stuck on the thought from my earlier conversation with Astragalus, trying to put Pastel's cuteness into words. He really is something special. It's all in the contrast. His polite, well-mannered, and proper exterior, concealing such intense desire, begging you to make the first move, and then going ahead and taking it on his own as soon as you... Enough of that. There's something else in front of me now, isn't there? Cassia continues happily sipping her hot chocolate before speaking up again. Ah, I missed you, Periwinkle. I've been so busy with packing, I haven't had a chance to see you at all. Packing? And just where are you heading off to? Oh, that's right. I never had a chance to tell you. I'm finally moving in with my partners. In 2 more days, the 3 of us will all be sleeping in the same bed. So Oh, I forgot that term. What is it called when you date three people? Polyamorous or something along those lines? Oh, that sounds cozy. Congratulations. Thank you. I've been looking forward to it for so long. It sounds like you're about to enter a lovely domestic life. You deserve it. Aw, I'm really happy. But, speaking of my partners, you've still never met them. True, but I can imagine they're wonderful, just from how you talked about them. Right, but, what if you didn't have to imagine? That's what I've been wanting to talk to you about. I was hoping we might all be able to go on a group date sometime. Oh? Yeah, because, I just think you're so wonderful, Periwinkle. I just want them to know you too. Although it sounds like fun, I'm a bit... Oh, wait, before you say no, they're both very easygoing and so loving and nice. I can promise it won't be overwhelming. That, unfortunately, isn't where the issue lies, my dear. Uh, I know you said you didn't want to get involved before, but I just know that we would all get along so well. I like to reassure you however I can, but I can understand if you still turn me down. Matters of love are so tricky, aren't they? I still recall the first time something like this was asked of me. I had been nervous going in, but I had also never entered a group situation before. I attributed my anxiety solely to that. However, it quickly became clear that I wasn't suited to it at all. I do love to spoil each of my partners, but strictly one at a time. Perhaps I was left scarred by the breakdown in communication, the passionate fires of a long-established romance. Surely Cassia and her partners are magnificent people. It may indeed be fun for a night, but becoming entangled in committed relationships is something I've always avoided from the beginning, isn't it? This is all very sweet of you, but I do have to decline. Aw, I can't help but feel a little broken-hearted. I apologize. Truly, it's nothing personal. Oh, I know. I don't take offense or anything. It's just sad. Now that I'm going to be living with them, and knowing you don't want to meet them, I think it's best if we just break things off. Yes, I agree. As you said, it's for the best. I hope we can still be friends, though. Of course. I'm sure our paths will cross every day, every now and again. Yeah, thank you for always treating me so well, Periwinkle. Uh-huh. It was my pleasure. Even casual relationships can end in breakups like this. This is largely why I tend to prefer one-night affairs. Things can just become so messy as needs evolve. As Cassie and I go our separate ways, I can't help but feeling a little blue. Perhaps I'll return home for the day after all. Periwinkle quickly changes into something more comfortable, dropping his bag unceremoniously on the couch. I could use an afternoon nap. I love naps too. Yes, that's precisely what I need. I'll wake up feeling refreshed and ready to go back out on the town. He shoves some blankets aside and collapses onto the couch. And when he does, the contents of his bag spill onto the floor. Ah. Lazily leaning up to gather it up, he notices the candies from before. Was I too hasty in saying I hope to see Pastel again? I suppose he'd forgotten the feelings of not being enough for someone. Usually these things tend to dissipate naturally, without confrontation or notice. So when they don't, it stings. Periwinkle scoops up the candies, dropping all but one of them back into his bag. He settles into place on the couch, nestled in a tangled mess of blankets and cushions, and unwraps his chosen pastel. Ooh. It is sweet, though. What a shame that would be if I never got to taste it again. That's right, I could never resist the promise of an entertaining night, no matter what may come down the line. I'm a hopeless hedonist, after all. Nothing to be done about that, never heard of that word before. Let fate decide. Then, if he comes, he comes. And if we never meet again, I can always hold on to the memory of our perfect date. Several hours later, there's a knock at the door. Pastel? And right there on his doorstep, Periwinkle was pleasantly surprised to find Pastel. I wasn't expecting you to see you again so soon. And treating me to another cute new look, no less. Sorry, I couldn't stop thinking about... I realized last night I never actually got to sample your magic. The scents you mentioned. Oh, that's right. We were quite preoccupied, huh? Yes, so that's why I'm here. He finally manages to make eye contact, but quickly averts his gaze once more. Uh, um, were you in bed? Sorry, I shouldn't have come so late. Uh-huh. These aren't even my sexiest pajamas. I didn't say anything about that. But to answer your question, no, I wasn't. Although I did take a nap earlier this afternoon, I've otherwise been enjoying a relaxing night in. And I'm so very glad I didn't end up going out. I would have missed out on this flustered mess. Would you like to come in? Pastel nods vigorously in response. It's still a bit of a mess in here. I hope you don't mind. There's a path through. I've seen worse. Oh, maybe I'll let you spiral further into chaos then. I'm just so competitive, you know. I'm not sure that's a competition you really want to win. Perhaps not. Periwinkle carefully steps over some of his clutter to dig through one of the boxes in the far corner of the room. Ah, here they are, my personal favorites. This row here contains some of the more potent scents, most of them for relaxation, things to calm the nerves. The rest I just happen to like. Sweet scents, like strawberry, banana, bubblegum, mango. Is there a reason you're only naming candy flavors? Must be a coincidence. Pastel picks out an unlabeled bottle filled with a pale pink liquid. Love potion, maybe? What's that? Watch out. That one's an aprostatic. Huh, we'll see about that. Pastel locks eyes with Periwinkle as he opens the vial without hesitation. How bold. Oh, it's peach. I almost expected it to be overpowering. Yes, well, the aprostatic bit was a lie, but I'm glad you like it. Why can't I pronounce that word? You're really good at this type of magic. I've never done anything like it. Would you like to try it on? Huh? Oh, no. I don't do perfume or cologne or anything like that. You've never tried it? Oh, so would you say you're a perfume virgin then? I'm not. Who even says things like that? In my line of work, you'd be surprised. It's probably just you. Maybe so. If you're not going to try it, I'll have it back now, please. I could try. I just don't know how I'm supposed to apply it. Well, you apply it on your chest. May I? Pastel nods, handing over the small vial. Periwinkle seals the opening with his fingertip and swiftly tilts the bottle over and back. Here. He lightly rubs a spot on Pastel's neck, engulfing them both in the pleasant scent of his magic. Their eyes meet, neither of them daring to make their first move. Maybe the aprostatic bit wasn't a lie after all. Another kiss, 2 in a row, 2 different days. Pastel breaks the spell, rushing forward with a sudden kiss. and then retreats just as quickly. Uh, sorry, I'm just. He certainly is impulsive. Not that I mind it at all. I'm more happy to go along with your little game, Pastel. Oh no, my own magic is working too well. I guess there's no choice but to have my way with you, my sweet. Oh, no. Pastel's half-hearted protests end there. Periwinkle's hands were already upon him, and would continue to be for the rest of the night. This game is cute so far. Chapter 3, Missteps. Over the next month or so, we fell into quite an enjoyable pattern. Pastel would show up on my doorstep maybe once or twice a week. Sometimes we go out to dinner, but mostly he'd just spend the night. It was starting to become almost routine, though each visit was somehow just as exciting as the last, the details of which I'll choose to keep private, for Pastel's sake. That boy is insatiable, I will say that. Inevitably, after seeing something for long enough, one begins to pick up on their habits. Cute habits. Like the way he kisses me on the cheek before rushing off to work in the early morning. The way he runs his hand through his hair when he's really thinking hard about something. Even his knock is specific. Once, lightly, to test the waters. A pause as he gathers his courage. Then 3 firm and evenly spaced. I'm not sure which of these habits he's conscious of, but there's one I decided he must be acting knowingly, which is his habit of leaving one of his personal effects behind with each visit. First, a beret, then an earring, then his choker, a bracelet, and then he returns after a few days with an apology explaining he just come to pick up whatever he left behind. Sure, Pastel. Keep creating your little excuses to come back here. I'm happy to go along with them. What fun. I wonder what he'll come looking for this time. Periwinkle gathers up the discarded garments that he had left strewn across his bedroom, tossing them into a pile to be dealt with later. He couldn't have possibly left his underwear behind, could he? No, that would be impossible to explain. An earring, sure, but there's no way he'd walk out of here like that. Periwinkle hums to himself as he makes the bed, double-checking between the sheets while he's at it. I'm almost disappointed. It's been so consistent up until now. I'm sure he could just be that forgetful. Unable to find anything of Pastel in my bedroom, I decide to spend the rest of the morning cleaning up the place. Now, mind you, I never let my house get dirty, only messy. Leaving garbage or food waste about is out of the question. Everything else, though, it's simply that many things don't make it back to their proper place, or rather, I can never decide on a proper place for many of my things. Toss them into boxes, shuffle the boxes around the room, and suddenly they've become unmanageable piles. To truly put everything away, these would all have to be emptied and sorted. A daunting task, to be sure. But it has been a while since my last attempt. I might as well put in some effort. But where to begin? I suppose my work supplies have been a little difficult to navigate as of late. That's an achievable goal now, isn't it? And practical as well. Periwinkle begins with a box of his favorite perfumes that had been sitting out since one of Pastel's first visits. Ah, yes. The aphrostatic. That was a fun night. He packs the bottles back into their places, then closes the box, sealing them safely inside. This should go, perhaps it'd be better to set it high on the bookshelf. If I just rearrange things a bit, there should be room for everything. As Periwinkle begins setting things aside, a new pile is born, precariously teetering on the back of the couch. He places the box where he wants it, and then stacks his various books and knickknacks around it. Just as he made his way through half of the pile, a small portion of it topples forward, bouncing safely onto the couch cushions. Huh, topple all you want. I was prepared. Huh? He finally notices Pastel's jacket, which had been expertly blended into the blankets and cushions around it. Just when I finally worked up the energy to clean up around here, what do I find? Yes, this is no mere case of forgetfulness. It was indeed a little game all along. Periwinkle giddily laughs to himself, excited to have been proven right. You escalated it too far, Pastel. To leave your jacket behind is just ridiculous. It leaves me with no choice. I'll just have to return this myself. Periwinkle abandons what he was doing and skips off to his room to get dressed. Okay, we don't have the hat this time, but what about glasses, the sparkles, and the we'll go with, let's just go with the cat attire. Yeah, I like that outfit. I hadn't had a chance to return to Atler Suites since first meeting Pastel. He was the one always showing up on my doorstep after all. There was no need. It's about time I paid him a visit, yes? I could restock on my favorite candies as well. Upon reaching Atler Suites, though, I hesitate. Would it be rude to barge in while he's working? I just know I wouldn't be able to resist teasing him. As not to become a nuisance, I shall make my presence known from here. Periwinkle boldly approaches the bench directly in front of the candy shop and sits down. All while wearing Pastel's forgotten jacket. That outfit actually came out well. And now we wait. A few minutes pass. I see Pastel through the shop window. He's currently preoccupied with a customer. Luckily, I brought a lunch, a simple peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Will he notice me before I finish it? The customer is walking out now. Our eyes met. Pastel turns away, pacing a bit. I take another bite of my sandwich, still watching intently. He stops for a moment in front of the door behind the register, until finally making his way out of the store, broom in hand. But instead of coming over right away, he turns his back to me, sweeping the sidewalk in front of the entrance. Perhaps he has a strict supervisor? He keeps glancing over his shoulder. Just come over here, you silly boy. His face is quite red, so I can say with confidence that I've successfully overwhelmed him once again. I finish my sandwich by the time he approaches. He takes a seat on the opposite end of the bench. I thought you were ignoring me. No, I was just trying to decide what to do. Was this a bad time to return your jacket? Not the worst time. Huh? Periwinkle unzips the jacket and shuffles out of it, casually folding it onto his lap. I found it whilst I was cleaning up the place. I suppose I could have waited for you to return, but since I was in the area... Right. Sorry, it's my fault for leaving it behind in the first place. Pastel can barely look me in the eye. It doesn't stop him from stealing glances what I'm wearing. But who could resist that? I wore my cutest dress for this. Something seems a little off, though. He's he's usually a bundle of nerves, yes? But this is a bit much. I'll get right to the point then. Aw, so cute! Oh, Pastel. You know you don't have to plant excuses just to visit me. I wasn't planting anything. I forgot it. I forgot on my way out. I find that hard to believe, considering you've forgotten exactly one thing each time you visit. Really, you should be more honest. Sorry. Thank you for returning it. Oh, it was my pleasure. It gave me a good excuse to see your flustered little face again. Periwinkle sets the jacket on the empty space between them and rises to take his leave. But Pastel gently grasps his wrist before he goes. Perry, sorry I made you think I was ignoring you. I was only teasing, my sweet. Still, I can't, I'm not ready to be open about who I see outside of work. I like to keep things very discreet. I don't want to have to explain anything to my friends. I die of embarrassment. So that's why. Understood. I'm actually used to being someone's little secret. That didn't sound quite right. What I'm trying to say is, I don't mind at all. From now on, I'll just continue to let you come to me. Thank you. Sorry. I don't know what you keep apologizing for, Pastel. I'll see you around, yes? I always apologize for no reason too, so don't worry, Pastel. Pastel nods, and finally lets go of his wrists. A misstep. A huge misstep. I should have guessed it. From the hints he's given, just a few things he said here and there, it was enough to put it together, wasn't it? The most obvious one being that he always comes to me and not the other way around. Our comfortable pattern that I recklessly interrupted. I should have known. From previous encounters with closeted individuals. What's supposed to be a fun surprise appearance can turn so quickly into desperate rally to cling to normacy, carefully constructed lies to conceal the piece of yourself that may not be accepted. Whether it's the individual themselves or their loved ones, certainly an inevitable position to find oneself in. Pastel and I had been seeing a lot of each other during this past month. Was this the inevitable breaking point then? It can only become more complicated from here. But it was going so perfectly for so long. Perhaps I'm being overdramatic. I haven't grown tired of him at all. Which is precisely the problem. Unwilling to return home so soon, I walk in the direction of the hypocrisy. Astragalus will be able to knock some sense into me. She always does. Astragalus, are you busy? I know that whine. You shifted into dramatic bitch mode. Take pity on me. I'm having a bad day. Alright, you baby. Tell me what happened. Things are slow today anyhow. Astrologus listened patiently as I explained the events of the day. I learned to come straight to her whenever I find myself unwilling to make a decision. Although she often put things far too bluntly, I do always end up feeling more grounded after her consolidation. So, you're upset because you overstepped his bounds. Accidentally. You always leave out the key information. And now you think it's over between you two. When you put it like that, I really do sound dramatic. I mean, you are. but you also have a point. If you want to avoid things getting complicated, this is your sign to get out. I gotta say, though, for two guys who aren't committed into a relationship, you sure do sound like you're in one. It's purely casual. I've been seeing a few others in the mindset of this. But all you talk about is pastel every time you come in here. I know. I just wish I haven't gone to return the jacket. It was supposed to be fun, but now... Yeah, honestly, I think he's being unfair. He shows up to your place whenever he wants, right? Yes, but I don't have anything else going on. He has a respectful job and all. Sounds like you're just having less self-respect, and this guy isn't treating you right. Now that's just unfair. He simply said he wasn't ready. It didn't mean... Making excuses now. You are really hung up on him. This is too hilarious to watch. Enough. I simply cannot help if he's just the cutest thing. Of course I don't want to stop seeing him. At that moment, a familiar chime sounded, marking a customer's arrival. I turned my head instinctively to see Jam. Periwinkle, OMG, you look so cute today. Why, thank you. I certainly didn't expect to see you here, Jam. Astragalus walks into the back room, still laughing at Periwinkle's expense. I still can't get that name right. I've been coming here to buy your magic. Remember when you did a little demo for everyone at that one party? Oh, sorry. Let me just go back. So, you totally sold me on it back then. I've done a few, so I can't recall. But I'm happy to hear it regardless. So, what are you doing here? On a date or on the job? Not today. No date today. I ruined my chance at that. Aw, man. What? That's such a bummer. Really never thought I'd hear of the day you, of all people, couldn't get a date, though. You date like everyone. It'd be more accurate to say I go on dates with everyone rather than actually date them. Aw, same diff. You're like the thirst master. She's right. It's not as if pastel is my only option. I'm looking for a good time. Anyway, are you going to Chivro's party tonight? No, this is the first I've heard of it. He's throwing yet another... what is that word? Soiree? Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't know. I suppose I've been more out of the loop on these things than usual. I haven't been bothered with as many parties since... Well, you should come. They're good luck, like, in terms of love and romance. I mean, I'm finally dating my best friend. Thanks to that last one. Ah, Marzipan, wasn't it? You weren't together before that. I knew everyone thought we were. So embarrassing. I guess what matters is that we could finally be honest with each other, though. I really am happy. Well, congratulations. You deserve that happiness. Yeah, so like, if you ever need relationship advice, I'm your gal. Oh, but I guess you wouldn't, since you don't actually date anyone. Periwinkle hears Astragalus snorting with laughter in the back room. How dare she? I come here to be comforted, not ridiculed. Jam, dear, what time did you say that party started? Oh, like just a few hours from now, I think. Sorry, I can never remember the time difference between here and the netherworld. So, there's different dimensions here in this case. No matter, these things tend to go all night, and I prefer to arrive fashionably late. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to return home to freshen up before the soirée. Sure, see you there. Periwinkle marches home in a huff. Astragalus thinks I'm lacking in self-respect. I'll show her. I'm going to find someone to spoil me tonight. Netherworld parties happen to be the perfect venue, always filled with cute faces I haven't yet encountered. Plenty of incubi as well. They live to please their partners. It's been a while since I slept with a demon. I'm looking forward to this now. Okay, I don't know what we should wear. I'm gonna go for the cutest apparel I can do. How about shining for being more obvious, lovely hearts, and what else? I guess I'll go with the demon horns. I'm not going to go with the angel's wings since they clash. What about demon wings and the blues? I guess that could work. And so, a few hours later, Periwinkle arrives at the Solier. Ooh. Let's see. Who looks available? Scanning the room, he spots both Jam and Chervel happily chatting with the other guests. Chervel himself certainly isn't a bad guy. Isn't a bad lay, but I couldn't go stealing the host of the party. Periwinkle begins to gravitate towards the snack table, still snooping out the various partygoers. Plenty of candidates to choose from, however will I decide? Before he can make up his mind about who to approach, a taller demon slides into the empty space beside him to start a conversation. Lots of cute witches at the Solier, huh? Oh, so it's been decided for me. I'm already getting spoiled. I didn't come here for the witches. I'm Cardamon. Periwinkle. So this is gonna sound weird, but do I know you from somewhere? Your dreams, perhaps? Nah, for real. Something about your face is just so familiar. I frequent these types of events, so it's likely we cross paths at some point. That's not it. I would have tried hitting on you if we did. Well, you're certainly free to do so now. I'll give it a shot with your permission. This one isn't bad. I do appreciate how straightforward he's being. So, what are you here for, if not for the witches? I had intended to find someone to spoil me, and incubi are rumored to be good for exactly that. We are. So the rumors are true. I'm in luck then. Would you happen to have any friends who would be interested in dancing with a cute little witch like me? I could ask around. Or better idea, could you just settle for me? I suppose you'll do. I present my hand, and Cardamon gives an exaggerated bow. He pulls me in, albeit a little clumsily, with his gigantic demon hands. Always enjoyable to be swept into the arms of a larger man. I would be intimidated, though. I'm only 5'6". My own hand is almost entirely consumed by his, unlike with pastels, which fits so pastel, and I'm still comparing everyone to him? I shake the thought and return to the moment. This date is interesting. The pair twirls around the dance floor, losing themselves to the music. After a while, Cardamon suddenly speaks up. Oh, I think I just realized where I know you from. Really now? Yeah, you were in the magazine I work for. I'm an editor. We used your photos for an issue a couple years back. Ah, what a coincidence. I did used to do some modeling in the past. And in the past, it shall remain. I'm in a different line of work now. Oh, really? That's too bad. I always thought you looked amazing. Uh-huh, I appreciate it. Well, this certainly complicates things. I'd much prefer to have been complete strangers. How unfortunate. Just when I was beginning to enjoy myself. Wow, I can't believe I ran into this. Like you, like this. Maybe it's a sign. A sign? Of what, dare I ask? That you should come back to modeling. I could get you in our magazine again if you're interested, that is. I appreciate the offer, but I moved on. I put too much of a strain on my relationship with fashion, among other things. Ah, well, at least take my card, in case you change your mind. No, thank you. I don't see that happening. Oh, come on. You'd be so great. It feels like a waste of talent. I'm quickly growing tired of this. Thank you for the dance, but I really should be going now. Sure. That was fun. Perhaps we'll meet again sometime. Yeah. I didn't expect to be reminded of my modeling days of all things. Although his excitement was understandable, the way he went about it entirely ruined the mood. I hate to admit it, but I've gone into this night far too unstable to begin with. For such a small thing to get to me. I'm not even here on my own terms, am I? This was all to prove a point. That's certainly not in the spirit of a friendly solidarity. It's best I just return home and... Periwinkle, wait! He turns his head to find that Cardamon has chased after him, stumbling onto the lonely night air. Hey, I'm sorry if I said anything to upset you. Upset me? Perish the thought. It's simply that I'm feeling a little bit off tonight. I realize I may have come for the wrong reasons. Look, I'm sorry that I suddenly started talking about work. That wasn't why I approached you at all. You came here for a good time, right? Well, a party's definitely the place to find it. Heck, it's what I'm here for too. So you're not wrong to come looking for that. He's completely misread the situation. Although it is starting to look salvageable from here. And anyway, please forget about the magazine stuff. It doesn't matter. We were having fun before that, right? Dancing was nice, yes. I want to do more than just dance with you. Ooh, there it is. Now we're getting somewhere. More than dance? And what could that mean? Well, don't make me spell it out. A kiss, perhaps? Sure. And well, whatever else you like to do. As an incubus, I live to please. Since he's apologized, I might as well. Kissing is a fine start. Carademon holds out his arms, inviting Periwinkle into a soft embrace. Periwinkle's hand glides up his chest, and he wraps his arms around the demon's neck. Their faces just inches apart. He pauses. Huh? Ah, I expected him to close the gap. Pastel would have kissed me. I've grown far too accustomed to that, so I automatically... Shit, this was a mistake. Periwinkle gives him a light peck on the cheek before pulling away. My apologies. I do actually need to get going now. Huh? I shouldn't have led you on. I'm terribly sorry. Oh, no, don't worry about that. If you don't want to, that's fine. I'm, a little confused, though. Did I do something wrong? It's not you. You're very nice, very firm muscles. You're a bit on the husky side, though, Karadimon. Huh, thanks. If it was any other night, things would have gone very differently. Please believe me when I say that. Seriously, is all this mysterious talk supposed to make me want you less? I'm sure you'll have a great luck with witches inside. You're very charming. Damn, well, alright. Get home safe, Periwinkle. Hope to see you again, or on any other night, like you said. Thank you for keeping me entertained. Farewell. I shouldn't have come. What exactly have I proven here tonight? That I'm willing to pursue the first pink-haired boy I come across out of sheer desperation? I wanted Astragalus to be wrong for once. To admit that I'm hung up on someone is just... I don't feel like myself at all. Periwinkle arrives home, lazily slipping out of his shoes and dress. He tosses his hat somewhere and collapses onto the couch. I feel even more miserable than before. Periwinkle finds himself staring at the front door, half expecting to hear a familiar knock. The state Pastel would find me in if he were here to show up tonight. I should get in bed. But he doesn't. Instead, he buries his face in the cushions and falls asleep. Chapter 4. Peach Blossoms. I believe this is a good place to pause Nova Bites. It's been an hour and 22 minutes. And I also wanted to apologize for not uploading, because I just started school just 3 weeks ago. And also because I'm lazy as AF right now. But we'll begin part 2 soon. This was Temporal Nova and Rats. Thank you all so much for watching. If you like our content, please consider liking and subscribing as it helps us a lot.